So we would like to share with you what we have been doing at the Florence School in terms of online learning. And I'm sorry, Liz, you couldn't find the term knowledge loops. It's probably something that Jean-Michel and I have invented, or Jean-Michel has invented. I think it's more that it's more often talked about knowledge circulation, indeed, by the European Commission. So online learning at the Florence School. The Florence School of Regulation, just to in one sentence, is a place which was founded here at the Schumann Center in 2004, and the aim was to bring together academics and professionals working on energy and climate regulation policy. And one of the activities of this school was to provide training from academics to professionals. So why did we start online learning in 2013, so some years ago? Why did we think about it at all? So we were indeed engaged in distance learning. So there was a residential training with distance elements, and we did do that since many, many years. So it was already something there. And or was it because of the MOOC hype? This was, of course, the era of the MOOC. I don't think so, honestly. It might be some of the reasons. So we had already some familiarity with online, and there was all this MOOC hype going on. I think we had an ambition at the Florence School that was really to make the leading thinking in one area, in this case on EU energy and climate policy, to make this accessible to more people, to the people to whom it matters, to make it accessible to more people, and also to have a high quality learning. So to think about whether the way we were transmitting knowledge, whether there would be better ways in doing that. So that was our ambition. And what were our challenges? So the challenge number one, and I do think that a lot of people here in the room, they do know what I mean by that. Challenge number one was to get professors down from 150 slides they were transmitting in a 90-hour lecture to a 5 minutes video teaser. So that was our challenge number one. But we got there. Our challenge number two, it's not obvious though. The challenge number two was that we had to, that the people to whom we were transmitting the knowledge, and I don't like the word transmitting knowledge, or the people who had to acquire the knowledge, was knowledge they had to apply. So it was not academic knowledge and it was about discussing academic ideas. No, these people wanted then something to learn from the academics and to get a new way of thinking about energy policy or about climate policy, and they had to apply this. And this is the highest level learning type of learning you have to achieve. And our challenge number three was that the knowledge, and this is something probably that connects nicely to what Ismail was saying just, that the knowledge changes all the time. It's not only in energy and climate policy so that everything changes with voting Trump, but it is a knowledge which changes over the time, so you had to be flexible and you had to respond flexibly. And now I'm giving the floor to Chiara and Salla, who will tell you exactly how we did do these online courses.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Annika, for the floor and for the opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm trying to have a look at my slides better. Okay, so hello. We would like to give you an idea of our online courses and of our online approach, let's say, starting from the beginning. Thanks. It's too close? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to the mic. So starting from the beginning, because this is this course that you see on the slide, it's our first time. And it was the first time also for the topic, as far as we know, because it was the first online course on the regulation of the energy power sector. And it was the first time also for many of the participants we had for the first edition. Now we are running 2 editions per year, we are at the 5th. But at the beginning, as you might understand, the fact that they were new to the online course added some challenges in terms of online education. As we said already, the goal was to link, as usual, FSR is doing academics and professional, bringing knowledge that's useful in work for professionals, and this combining the experience of the classes at the MIT, the experience of professional training here at FSR, and the Comillas University in Spain. I forgot that I have this, so I can. Okay, so a quick overview about the participants to let you have a better better idea of what the course, of the learners involved in this course, at least. So, as you can see, first of all, from the infographic on the right, the yellow is the residential training on the same topic we were doing, and blue is the online course. As you can see, in terms of access to knowledge, we really reached out many more people. And these people had different backgrounds, first, I would say engineering, economics, and law, but also different levels of experience, years of experience in the professional sector. So you see the World Bank there, because this year we had 45 participants from Africa. This was a big success in terms also, our willingness to reach an international community of experts in the energy sector. How was it possible? And also trying to go to have a wider perspective on all the other courses. Our courses generally are designed to enhance the user experience, to offer the best user experience, and this we learn also by doing by mistakes, so changing platform and changing online tools. And regarding the activities, of course we do have video lectures, automated feedback like quizzes, but we invest lots of efforts in the group work, and so we also have then a peer review. We invest lots of efforts in knowledge building inside the learning platform. I will make one example, sorry for the voice, which is the wiki article style project that we have in this course. So participants are invited to work in groups in countries on the power system of a country of their choice, and they build together this collaborative project. Again, regarding the interaction, I will be quick, but we do have weekly live sessions, which are basically live classes, interactive live classes, but also some special events where researchers meet participants, not only the structures of the course, and share, also test a new way of learning and also the latest research, which is very interesting, and of course forum discussion. So, where we are so far, we would like to share some data only to show that if the first critics that MOOCs and online course receive is the low completion rates, in a 2-week course we managed to have the 90%. So this shows that in fact these courses are working. I made the example of the easy one, the 2 weeks, so then I can say that we had almost the 70% for this one, the first I mentioned, which was a 4-month long training course. And 97% of participants learn new skills they could apply in their work, because this was, of course, always our goal, to let them spend this knowledge and learning. So why? Here, je sais pas, peut-être c'était pour les cauchemars de cette nuit, but I think one of the reasons I put a pipe is because if the MOOC boom was an illusion, then we would like to precise that this course we are trying to show are not MOOC, in the sense they are not massive, they all have a limited number of participants, and they have a dedicated facilitation team, which is part of the learning, which enhance the learning experience and work on the learning environment to guarantee always a high level of interaction and group work. So here, trying to sum up, what's our online approach? Our approach here at FSR, like in online courses, I'm so sorry. I will learn. Also, this is a matter of learning. So, puts at the center the learning experience and the learner. Now, I'm sorry for the male icon because I was too lazy to Photoshop it, but it's open knowledge, so also open gender. So imagine it's no gender there, any. So the course design is made in a way to, in a precise and designed also online platform, is made in a way to guarantee the knowledge building and this group work, and then the online platform remains for us a very important place where the learners can always come back and share knowledge, as we said many times today, not only taking knowledge, but also uploading and creating knowledge in the platform as our online community of experts. And of course, I want to repeat, because I'm part of it, the course facilitation plays a very important role. And here, I think it's my hand. This was me trying to convince participants about the importance of wearing an headset. So, in fact, if I have a takeaway, maybe it's this one, is an headset, my takeaway for the conference, because for me, it's a kind of symbol of the importance of taking care of the details, all the details, because online tools, if they're supported by a strategy, can help us a lot of taking care of people, which is one of the most important aspects for to have a successful online experience. Always remembering that we have to communicate with people, instructors and participants, and so how to design this at its best. And regarding this, maybe I'm also late, I'm so sorry. I would like to leave the floor to my colleague Salla to dig in deeper into the engagement aspect.
Cool, thank you. First, I'd like to say that, of course, this is a path, and I don't want to say that we have come to a conclusion, because we are nowhere finished with the experiments and with the improvement that we are constantly doing. The super great thing that I'm taking away from today is that we have all come to pretty much the same conclusions, which is of course great, because we can be in our own little bubble and congratulate ourselves, because it looks like it probably works, because many people came to the same conclusions. Our approach as well. So just to wrap up, what are the conclusions that we took out of all these improvements so far? Well, first of all, the courses need to be, and they are personalized. What I mean by personalized is that they adjust to the needs of each individual learner, meaning that we have to understand the needs of each individual learner, and we have to, and this facilitation of course plays a key role here. A way that we have found a good way for how to do this is to have live sessions that draw from the work that the people have been doing online prior to this, as was mentioned by people before. It's a kind of a flipped classroom, but not quite. Also, that the method is always communicative. What I mean by communicative here is that we build kind of like a network of connections, not only between peers or from instructor to peer and peer to instructor, but a complete network of connections with extra course people from outside the course, like Ismail was saying here, from the facilitation team and back and so on. Complicated, but worth it. Takes a bit of design to make it work, but I think it should be done. Also, agreeing with Ismail here, real-life impact. That the course has an immediate impact on the life of the learner. And like an example how we, for example, have done this is that that our participants might work on a real-life problem that is currently actually discussed in the European level on the whole. And once they have solved this problem, so basically problem-based learning, we present this, we call them mastery challenges. We present the challenge to the actual agencies and organizations who are working on that current topic at this moment. And they give feedback. So again, agreeing with Ismail that you can get mentors from many places. So this is facilitated very carefully in our courses. A method that we have liked is to gamify some of the content. By gamification, I mean that we use game mechanics and game aesthetics and game thinking to achieve engagement and motivate action, but also, I mean, of course, the primary idea there is to promote learning. One way we've done this is that we've done an online simulation or an online role-playing game that, again, involved real interaction with the European Commission. So we had the leaders, the decision makers from the European Commission take part in the simulation game. Also, it's nice because it doesn't come to the same conclusion every time. It means that the core content of the course changes each and every time the course is taken. Super cool, because what it does is that it brings an extra high level of engagement. People are really engaged in the content, and what this does is what was said in the beginning is that they will come back to learning if they are engaged. Just to conclude what Salla just said.
So this experimental path continues. So if, for example, the Florence School is currently testing out modularity, so designing the complete new design of courses with flexible learning components. So there's a lot of online learning which has been developed, and the question now is how we can simply take these things, these educational resources, and recompose them together with an instructor and make and create new learning experiences. As you can see, the path is not always straight, and sometimes you might get wet, but that's where the school is, and I'm sure with this team to which I not any longer belong. I have other exciting adventures to do, but I'm sure with Jean-Michel they are going to do other exciting things.
Thank you very much, and we give them an applause now.